Today, I call upon each of you to embrace a truth as enduring as the sunrise, a truth that whispers, "Your persistence paves the path to destiny." In the symphony of life, there is a beat that never falters, a rhythm that courses through our veins. It is the steady pulse of consistent effort. Let us reflect on the power of small, deliberate actions. When you force yourself to be consistent, you call forth a silent revolution within, a revolution that transforms everyday endeavors into extraordinary achievements. Each repeated act, each determined step, builds a quiet fortitude that rises with the dawn and stands unwavering in the twilight of doubt. There are times when the road seems endless, when the night feels too dark to endure. It is during these moments, when the heart trembles under the weight of uncertainty, that the strength of consistency shines brightest. Steady, unyielding, it becomes the beacon that guides you through the storm, reminding you that even the smallest act of commitment can spark the flame of transformation. Consider the art of discipline, a delicate dance between willpower and habit. Discipline does not demand perfection, but rather a heartfelt, persistent effort to rise after each fall. Imagine if the mighty river had ceased to flow at every obstacle. Instead, by forcing its course, the river carves valleys and nourishes the parched lands. So too does your consistent effort carve a life of purpose, sculpting your character and deepening your resolve. Every day presents a canvas, blank and full of potential. It is through consistency that you paint your masterpiece, a vision rendered in bold strokes of passion and quiet hues of resilience. You are not merely surviving the day, you are creating a legacy with every determined breath you take. And though the journey may be fraught with setbacks, remember, every challenge is but a pause, a moment to regroup before you surge forward with renewed vigor. Today, let your spirit be unyielding. Let the echo of your steadfast commitment resound like a timeless chant, nurturing the seeds of hope in your heart and in the hearts of those you encounter. When you force yourself to be consistent, you hold the power to transform not only your own life, but also to inspire a ripple of courage and determination through generations. March on with a spirit fueled by purpose. Embrace the beauty of persistence. Celebrate the quiet victories that each consistent action yields. For in the tapestry of life, every thread of consistency weaves a narrative of profound impact, one that endures beyond the fleeting moments of today, whispering hope into the future with every beat of your heart. Thank you. Small, repeated actions have the quiet yet profound ability to transform our dreams into tangible realities. It is easy to become distracted by the grand, sweeping visions of success that often seem distant or out of reach. But the secret to lasting achievement lies in the humble, persistent steps we take each day. Consistency is the cornerstone upon which the structure of our dreams is built. It is the silent force that carries us from the realm of imagination into the realm of accomplishment. In the early stages of any journey, the results may seem distant, almost invisible. But as time unfolds, those small actions compound, building momentum in ways that might initially go unnoticed. Each repetition, no matter how insignificant it may feel in the moment, strengthens the foundation upon which we stand. It is like planting a seed and nurturing it daily. At first you see nothing but the soil, and then in time, a sprout emerges, slowly growing into something greater than you ever expected. The beauty of consistency is that it does not require monumental effort each day. Instead, it thrives in the quiet persistence of effort over time. It is in the moments when you choose to show up, even when the world is telling you to rest. It is in the act of doing the work, not because it is easy, but because you know it is necessary. The act of showing up every day, of choosing to keep moving forward, creates a rhythm in your life. A rhythm that brings you closer to your goals with every step. Over time, these small actions begin to compound. The efforts that once felt like drops in an ocean will eventually form the waves that carry you toward your destination. The work that once felt like a struggle begins to feel like a second nature. What was once an aspiration now becomes an inevitable reality. This is the transformative power of consistency, turning something abstract into something concrete, turning hopes into reality, turning dreams into a life lived. Success does not belong to those who rely solely on bursts of intense inspiration. It belongs to those who understand that it is the day-in, day-out effort that leads to greatness. The greatest athletes, artists, leaders, and visionaries of our time did not achieve their success through sudden, dramatic moments of brilliance. Instead, they achieved it through hours, days, months, and years of unwavering commitment to their craft. They understood that true progress comes not in grand leaps, but in consistent, deliberate steps. Consistency does not promise immediate gratification, nor does it guarantee that the path will always be smooth. There will be moments of frustration, of doubt, and of fatigue. But in these moments, consistency becomes even more powerful. It becomes the anchor that keeps you grounded when the storms of life threaten to knock you off course. It is in the consistency of your effort that you find resilience, that you develop the strength to keep going, even when the end seems so far away. It is the power of those small, repeated actions that shapes the life you will lead. Your dreams are not distant fantasies. They are living possibilities that grow and take shape with every consistent effort you put forth. The transformation from a dreamer to a doer begins with a single, small action, repeated over and over, until the seeds of your dreams bloom into the reality you have always longed for. So, keep showing up, keep moving forward, and trust that the power of consistency will carry you to places you never thought possible. Discipline, in its purest form, is not a trait that is born in moments of ease. It is not forged in calm or comfort, but in the midst of adversity, in the quiet battle against doubt and fear. True discipline reveals itself when we are faced with obstacles that seem insurmountable, when the weight of uncertainty presses heavy upon our hearts. It is in these very moments, when we feel most vulnerable, that discipline shows us who we truly are. When the road becomes difficult, when the challenges appear endless, many are tempted to surrender, to step away from the path and let the burden of life take its toll. But it is in those very moments that discipline is born. It does not come from an external force. It is an internal decision, a choice to move forward despite the odds, a commitment to keep going even when the heart falters and the body weakens. Discipline is the quiet courage that rises from within, refusing to let external circumstances define the course of your life. It is easy to remain disciplined when things are going well, when everything aligns perfectly, when success seems just around the corner. We find it natural to maintain our focus and energy. But the true test of discipline comes in the moments when success is nowhere in sight, when the weight of setbacks threatens to pull us into despair. It is in these challenging moments that discipline becomes our most valuable ally. It is the anchor that keeps us grounded when the winds of adversity threaten to carry us away. It is the steady hand that guides us forward, even when we feel lost in the darkness. To embrace discipline amidst adversity requires a shift in perspective. It means viewing challenges not as obstacles to be feared, but as opportunities to grow, to learn, and to strengthen the resolve that lies within. When we choose to move forward, despite the doubt and discouragement that surround us, we reclaim our power. We prove to ourselves that we are not defined by our circumstances, but by our ability to rise above them. Discipline in this sense is not about perfection or flawless execution. It is about persistence, about showing up again and again, even when it feels like the universe is conspiring against you. The beauty of discipline lies in its consistency. It is not a fleeting moment of motivation, but rather a steady force that builds over time. Each small, disciplined action, taken despite the circumstances, adds another brick to the foundation of your resilience. Eventually, this foundation becomes unshakable. The doubts that once threatened to derail you lose their power as you grow stronger with every step you take, no matter how small. There will be days when the burden feels too heavy to bear, when you question whether it's worth it. On those days, remember that discipline is not about avoiding hardship. It is about choosing to persevere through it. It is the knowledge that every step forward, no matter how difficult, is a step closer to the person you are becoming. Embrace the struggle, for it is in the struggle that discipline truly takes root. And in the end, you will find that the strength you develop through these trials will carry you far beyond what you ever thought possible. So, continue to move forward. Choose discipline over surrender. Let it guide you through the storm and into the light of your fullest potential. For it is in embracing discipline amidst adversity that we find our true power, and it is through that power that we can transform our lives. When we commit to daily habits, we are making a profound declaration of self-love. It is an act of honoring ourselves in the most intimate and transformative way. Too often, we are told to focus on others, to care for those around us, to prioritize the needs of the world. But the most important relationship we will ever have is with ourselves. True self-love is not found in grand gestures or fleeting moments of indulgence. It is found in the small, everyday choices we make to nurture our own growth, heal our wounds, and build the inner strength that will carry us through life's challenges. Consistency, at its heart, is a practice of honoring our own worth. When we show up for ourselves every day, when we make the decision to stick to our commitments, we are telling ourselves that we matter. We are saying that our dreams, our goals, and our well-being are worthy of our attention and care. It is a quiet act of rebellion against the noise and distractions of the world, a choice to stand firm in our own value, regardless of external circumstances. Each small habit we cultivate, whether it be in the form of morning rituals, exercise, self-reflection, or creative endeavors, is a building block for a stronger, more resilient version of ourselves. These habits do not just serve as tasks to be checked off a list. They are the seeds of personal growth that, when nurtured, blossom into something beautiful and powerful. They are acts of self-care that heal wounds both seen and unseen. Each consistent action is a step toward wholeness, a stitch in the fabric of our emotional, mental, and physical well-being. In this process, we reclaim our power. We move from a state of passivity to one of active participation in our own lives. We stop waiting for the world to change and instead take responsibility for our own growth. We build inner strength, not through avoidance or neglect, but through the daily practice of facing ourselves honestly with love and compassion. This consistent self-care is a powerful act of empowerment. It teaches us that we are the creators of our own stories, that we are worthy of love, respect, and care, not just from others, but from ourselves. The beauty of consistency is that it transforms us gradually. In the beginning, it may feel like we are simply going through the motions, but over time, we begin to see the subtle shifts within ourselves. We notice the strength we have gained, the healing we have undergone, and the confidence that grows with each day. Consistency builds momentum, and with momentum comes progress. We begin to trust ourselves more deeply, to believe that we are capable of achieving whatever we set our hearts to. But this process is not always easy. There will be days when the weight of the world feels too heavy, when doubts creep in, and when we question whether our efforts are worth it. On those days, it is important to remember that consistency is not about perfection. It is about showing up, even when we don't feel like it. It is about honoring ourselves, even when we feel unworthy or uncertain. In these moments, consistency becomes an act of resilience. It becomes the lifeline that pulls us through our struggles and helps us build the strength to keep going. Let every habit you cultivate be a declaration of self-love. Let every small action be a tribute to your own worth and potential. Through consistency, you are not only transforming your life, you are teaching yourself to love and honor the person you are becoming. You are empowering yourself to rise, to grow, and to create the life you deserve. And as you continue on this path, you will find that the love and strength you cultivate within yourself will radiate outward, touching every aspect of your life and inspiring those around you to do the same. Consistency is often seen as the steady, unchanging force that keeps us on track, guiding us through our daily routines. But true consistency goes beyond simply repeating the same actions. It is about the continuous process of reinvention, the ability to adapt, evolve, and learn from every experience, both the triumphs and the setbacks. Life is not a straight path, but a winding road full of unexpected twists and turns. The key to navigating this journey lies not in rigidly adhering to one way of doing things, but in consistently reinventing ourselves, rising from every fall, and learning with each step. Reinvention is not a singular event or a moment of dramatic transformation. It is an ongoing process. Each day offers a new opportunity to reflect, to adjust, and to grow. We are not the same person we were yesterday, nor should we expect to be. Life's challenges, its triumphs, and even its disappointments are all catalysts for change, and consistency is the force that allows us to embrace that change. It is through our willingness to evolve, to adapt, and to constantly reinvent ourselves that we truly honor our potential. With every setback, we are given a chance to become better versions of ourselves. Too often we see setbacks as failures, but in reality, they are the stepping stones of reinvention. They are the moments when we learn the most, when we discover strengths we never knew we had, and weaknesses we can transform. In the face of adversity, consistency does not mean simply sticking to the plan. It means recalibrating when necessary, learning from mistakes, and pushing forward with a renewed sense of purpose. It is about finding the lessons in every struggle and using them to shape a stronger, wiser version of ourselves. The journey of reinvention requires courage. It requires the courage to acknowledge when something isn't working, and the wisdom to change course without losing sight of our goals. It is about recognizing that growth is not linear, and that sometimes we need to step back in order to move forward. Consistency, in this sense, is not about perfection. It is about resilience. The willingness to keep going, to keep learning, and to keep improving, even when the road seems uncertain. Every day we wake up, we are given a chance to reinvent ourselves. Whether it's refining our habits, adjusting our mindset, or rethinking our approach to life's challenges, each new day holds infinite possibilities for growth. Consistency ensures that we show up for these opportunities, even when we don't feel ready. It is in the quiet, steady determination to continue on the path, despite the doubts and fears that may arise, that true transformation occurs. And when we look back on the journey, we realize that consistency was never about staying the same. It was about becoming the person we were always meant to be. It was about having the courage to reinvent ourselves, to learn from every experience, and to rise stronger with each challenge. Reinvention is the essence of progress. It is the process of shedding old layers and emerging as something new, something greater, every single day. So let us embrace the journey of reinvention. Let us see each setback not as a barrier, but as an invitation to grow. Let us remain consistent, not in the expectation of perfection, but in the commitment to rise, to adapt, and to continually evolve into the best version of ourselves. The beauty of life lies in its constant unfolding, and it is through consistency that we allow ourselves to become who we are meant to be. With every step, we reinvent, we renew, and we grow. And with each reinvention, we become stronger than we ever imagined possible. Every action we take, no matter how small, contributes to a larger narrative, a story that stretches beyond our individual lives and ripples through time. In the moment, the work may seem insignificant. We may question whether the effort is truly making a difference, whether our small daily deeds have any lasting impact. But what we often fail to see is that these acts, when repeated consistently, are the very foundation of something much greater. They are the threads that weave together a legacy, one that will echo long after we are gone, influencing not just our lives, but the lives of those who come after us. The beauty of legacy is not found in grand gestures or monumental achievements. It is found in the quiet persistence of doing the right thing day after day. It is in the simple acts of kindness, the moments of integrity, and the unwavering commitment to our values that the essence of our legacy is born. These consistent acts, when viewed in isolation, may appear small, but when viewed as part of a larger pattern, they reveal a life lived with purpose, a life that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Each time we choose to act with consistency, we are contributing to a narrative that is larger than ourselves. Our daily deeds form the backbone of the legacy we leave behind. They are the seeds that, when nurtured over time, blossom into something that continues to inspire and uplift others. The impact of these actions is not always immediately apparent, but they accumulate and reverberate in ways we cannot always see. The kindness you show today may inspire someone to pass it on to another tomorrow. The integrity you demonstrate in your work may encourage others to do the same, creating a ripple effect that spreads far beyond your immediate circle. Our legacy is not a singular event or a moment of brilliance. It is the culmination of the consistent choices we make throughout our lives. It is the daily decision to show up. Mindfulness, often associated with deep meditation or moments of quiet reflection, can be applied to every step we take in life. It is not just about being present in rare, tranquil moments, but about cultivating a state of awareness in every action we perform, no matter how mundane. When we bring mindfulness into our daily habits, we begin to tap into a deeper level of persistence, one that is focused, intentional, and unwavering. This mindful persistence, this ability to fully immerse ourselves in each moment and each task, is the true secret to harnessing the power of consistent. Too often, we rush through our days, distracted by the noise of the world and the pressures of time. We find ourselves going through the motions, ticking off tasks, but without truly engaging with the process. But when we bring mindfulness into our actions, something extraordinary happens. Instead of simply completing a task, we become present with it. We give it our full attention. We approach it with intention. And we engage with it as though it is the most important thing in the world. Because, in that moment, it is. Mindful persistence means that we are not just consistent in the actions we take, but in the energy and attention we invest in them. It is about showing up for ourselves with intention, not simply because it is what we should do, but because we recognize the value of each action. When we approach every step with this level of presence, we naturally build momentum. Each moment of focus, each choice to be fully present, contributes to the larger goal we are striving towards. The more we practice mindful persistence, the more effortless consistency becomes. It no longer feels like a battle against distractions or resistance. It becomes a natural flow of action that aligns with our deeper intentions. The beauty of this approach lies in its simplicity. Mindfulness doesn't require grand efforts or significant changes to our routine. It is about bringing awareness into the everyday moments, paying attention to how we feel, how we act, and how we engage with the world. It is in this awareness that we uncover the strength to persist, to continue moving forward even when the path is difficult or unclear. Mindfulness doesn't just make us more consistent, it makes us more present, more attuned to the rhythms of our lives, and more capable of harnessing the energy that comes from living intentionally. In the end, mindful persistence is the practice of being fully engaged with each moment, no matter how small. It is a practice of showing up with full attention, putting our heart into everything we do, and honoring the process of growth. Through this focus, we not only become more consistent, but also more aligned with our deepest desires and values. As we continue to cultivate mindfulness in every step, we will find that consistency is no longer a struggle, but a natural extension of our awareness. The power of consistency lies in the present moment, and it is through mindful persistence that we unlock its full potential. Let each step be taken with intention, and watch as the journey unfolds in ways you never thought possible. In conclusion, the power of consistency lies not in mere repetition, but in our ability to engage with each moment, to learn from every experience, and to rise stronger from every setback. Whether through the quiet acts of self-love, the courage to reinvent ourselves, or the mindful persistence in every action we take, we shape not only our present, but our future. Each consistent step is a contribution to a larger, meaningful legacy, a story that echoes through time, inspiring those around us and leaving an indelible mark on the world. So let us commit to consistency, not as a rigid force, but as a gentle, empowering practice that aligns us with our highest purpose. Let us embrace every challenge as an opportunity to grow, every habit as a reflection of our self-worth, and every moment as a chance to build the life we deserve. In this journey, we will find strength, resilience, and purpose in the simple yet powerful act of showing up day after day. Thank you for joining me on this journey of reflection and growth. May we continue to walk this path with mindfulness, persistence, and unwavering commitment. Thank you.